Yo, what's up, Legends? Dimsii here. If you Legends are wondering why am I uploading this video so late, what you need to know about the CDL season and the week one predictions. I I've been so damn lazy. That's my problem with doing content, and yeah, I want to make sure these videos get out in time. So, hope you Legends enjoy the video, and let's get right into it. Let's go. Yo, what's up, Legends? Dimsii here, and today I am here with.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Chris here from Fake Sports News, Axis Rotation, however the flip you know me. We are back.
And we're gonna. What are we even doing today? Going over the teams, the schedule.
Yes, sir. We're going over the teams to give you guys a rundown of what happened during the off season. Then we are creating tier lists, and lastly, we are going over the schedule for this week. I don't have a webcam. Just feel like you guys have seen enough of my beautiful face. Trying to do something a little bit different here. So.
All right. It's everything changed so much.
Yes.
I feel like everything.
We have a few new teams, right?
In fairness, we do somewhat. Team names change. Team names moved. Some teams have not even been announced yet.
Rocker. They announced, but I'm saying the G2 move was like low key.
I didn't even know what you were talking about when you said it in the group chat. So I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And I find out, I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay. Big man moves. Big man ting.
Oh yeah. The LA Gorillas or something. They finally won't be horrible.
The Gentlemates, you mean?
The Gentlemates, yeah. So it's interesting that we have Cloud9 back in the league. It's very interesting, considering that.
Yeah, it is.
Really, it might show that we can actually like move on from franchising back to just the whole non-city based franchising format, because it just seems to like not work for most teams.
It's a mess.
Yeah, the Overwatch League, that went horribly wrong. So honestly, I am a bit salty and hurt.
Who knows? Maybe things will go back to normal like we see with the Overwatch League. Both things are owned by Activision. You never know. They also own HCS. HCS is in a good place with the partnership and quote-unquote franchising model that they have. A lot less fatigue monetarily from the teams, but there's just fewer flywheels for them to make money back. So it's something to be discussed at a different time in a different format. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely some issues that have to be addressed.
I'm just a little hurt that we lost NYSL, so I'm hoping for it to happen. But whatever. Anyways,
We've lost some good brands over the years, yeah. But like you said, digressing, getting into the current teams.
Here's the scene. Here's the C9 roster right here. We have accuracy as the coach. Shut the hell up, phone. Sorry about that.
We'll start with C9.
We have accuracy as the coach. We have attach Kremp, Mackenzie Kelly, aka Mac, who is finally back from his personal issue with his mother. I hope she's doing okay. And we have Sib. I don't know how I feel about this. I'll see one. I'll say one
team. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'll say one major, but then again, we're in the beginning of the season. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So I'm gonna say one major just for my own sake.
One major what?
Like one win, like one major event. What are you talking about? Oh no, here we go. Why are you laughing, Chris?
So first of all, I thought we were going in order, starting with FaZe. I thought we were going in alphabetical order, but I guess we started with C9. But yeah, C9 winning a major is laughable. So
I hope you
on my end, I'm going to start with our first of three super teams who are the most likely event winners. We have, of course, Abizi, Cell, Draza, and Simp. No changes from FaZe. Not a lot to discuss there. They won EWC, and famously, they won Major 2. Toronto peaked way too early at Major 1. And yeah, that's pretty much the story there. Next, we have the Boston Breach. Not really a lot to say here. This was the EWC team. For some reason, they brought this team back. I'm guessing budget issues. Building around Snoopy is a choice, one of the choices of all time. It remains to be seen how that will pan out this year. It didn't go so well for them last year. Yeah, so Purge, I like as a player. Wake, I like as a player. Cammy, I like as a player. Snoopy, I think he has upside if he learns the game and learns how he wants to play. And Shawnee, Hard Hat Shawnee, Ramaza Shawnee, whatever you want to call him. Great coach, great Call of Duty mind. Of course, the cousin of Doug, Sensor Martin. Happy to see him getting a coaching role, but not too sure what the team can do. These guys were pretty good at EWC. Obviously, they're four pretty good players, but the chemistry and just the overall team comp here is just questionable to me. So, a lot remains to be seen, but I think Boston can do okay. I have them as a perennial ninth seed this year. What are you thinking about Boston and, of course, FaZe?
No, okay. First off, um, FaZe could be number one. Again, I really wouldn't mind FaZe and Thieves, but we'll get to Thieves later on. Boston,
Yes,
yeah,
we're
Boston,
going in order.
yeah, Boston will not be, will probably be number 9, top 9 at best, or top 8, however you fucking say it.
Yeah,
But
that's fair. You want to get to the next team, the Royal Ravens?
oh god, ew. Yeah,
I don't
so
want to talk about this team.
I guess I'll do it. So we have Gwen, Slasher, washed. TJ Haley, why does he have a damn spot? And Vivid. Yeah, 11th, top 12, 11th at best.
I mean, I feel like this team is just weird. I feel like they have, like, I want to lie and say I have these guys as the 7th seed, but realistically, I feel like this team, on paper, everybody will be like, oh yeah, this is a great team. And either they could be really good and turn some heads, or Vivid, TJ, and Slasher could be past their primes, and this is the year where we all see Father Time catch up with them. I'm not sure what the narrative will be. Maybe they all turn back the clock and they all look like Modern Warfare players, because all three were really good at that game. Um, but yeah, just a lot of question marks here. Not the team that we expected, not the team I would have built myself, but definitely a serviceable team if these players play to their potential. So really not sure what to expect. This is probably the biggest question mark team that we have this year, especially with Vivid. He's been a really good player for years, but he just hasn't gotten a chance in the right environment. So he's a big X factor for me. That's what I'll say on Royal Ravens. Your boys, C9 New York, we already went over them. I feel like that team is a pretty, all jokes aside though, I feel like with Attack and Sib, that AR duo is going to be nasty. These guys were both monsters last year, hard carries at many times. And Mac, he has a lot to prove coming back to the league. He was a very good sub, but of course he had to play behind Lay G and Sib on Seattle, playing Hill. Pardon my French. So Mac, I feel like he has a lot of room to like really take over that SMG role again, and now he has Kremp backing him up. Kremp was a really, really good, really aggressive AR, really good support to Joe Deceivs, who is their main slayer. And with Mac as the main slayer, I feel like C9 has a really good chance to definitely cause some upsets. Win a major, I don't know. They got to get the right weekend and the right like swing of momentum, and they have to wait for the top dogs to take each other out in interesting ways and capitalize on a good matchup. But yeah, I mean, they could do it. Just doesn't seem super likely because Mac and Kremp are just not the SMG duo to take down Simp and Abizi, or of course Hydra and Envoy in most people's minds. So yeah, on to the next. I guess I'll start off with LAG since I've been yapping for a second. Nothing listed here. So this is the Gentlemates team of Lins, Kismet, Skies, and Priesta. Very solid, serviceable team. Not sure what to expect. And D-Real's coaching, I believe.
No, my
Um,
gosh.
Marky B? Is it Marky B? Or
I'm
is it
not.
D-Real?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Maybe
I'm
it's
not.
both. But either way, I think Gentlemates is definitely the team that could be the fourth best. It's either C9 or Gentlemates. I feel like those two will be vying back and forth for that fifth spot, with a couple other teams who will unexpectedly slot their way in. But yeah, I like this team a lot. So this is Gentlemates or Los Angeles Gentle Gorilla Mates, whatever the hell they're calling themselves. Like this team a lot, even though they don't have anything here on the league officially announcing it. All right, I'll let you go to your
Oh
your
God.
team next. Your
What
boys.
do you mean your boys? What do you mean your team? Are you talking
You're always
about
singing "They Not Like Us." LA looking at us. Always talking about scrap. All right,
first
here's
off,
scrap and
okay.
your boys.
Oh
Why
my
is
God.
Nate Shot here? Wait, why is Nate Shot here? What does he have to do with this
Okay.
team?
First off,
Brother's
one.
not the GM or anything.
Can
Nate Shot's just the CEO. Wait, they have an actual coach. Where is Shane?
Bro is crashing out over that. First off, Legends.
Brother, they have a whole coach that they won champs with. What do you mean I'm crashing out? They won champs with Shane and JCap. JCap left. Now it's just Shane. Shouldn't Shane be on the website? I'm not faded.
Well, in COD retrospect, you are not. But trying to say LA looking at itself for Dimsii, you are. Considering the
Okay,
red, yeah. Considering the Red Bull, my
All
Red
right,
Bulls are
moving on.
playing. Can I? Consider my Red Bulls are playing this week against LA Galaxy. Anyways, enough. We have Envoy, Ghosty, Hydra. Again, I don't know why Nature's on here. Whatever. And we have the Jersey boy, Scrappy.
So yeah, obviously you could hear the sigh and the pause in Dimsi's voice. That's for good reason, as you guys can see Hydra wearing the New York Subliners jersey here. Went from C9 to, of course, LA Thieves. That was the big move of the offseason, along with Scrap and obviously Envoy. Envoy lesser so because he had a rough season. So the big signing was Scrap and Hydra. These were the two big free agent signings. And Scrap wasn't even a free agent, I don't think. I think he just got out of his contract. Hydra was a free agent. And other notable moves, did we talk about any new players? Slasher getting signed to the Ravens along with Vivid. Cloud9, of course, signing Mac. Accuracy, Kremp, and Attach. LA General Mate signing Lens, Priestess, Skies, and Kismet.
Let's just call him LAG. Let's just call him LAG. Let's just call him.
And then
We're not going on with the names.
Hydra, Scrap, and Envoy, of course, going to LA Thieves. And then Nade Shot, of course, becoming somewhat important here because why is he here? They have a whole coach.
This team's
and
winning
now he's
champs.
on the roster on the
They're winning
CDL
champs.
website.
The Thieves are winning champs.
With Nade Shot as a coach, I mean,
Okay, now
it's like having Coach Pomage, bro. Like, is he like the CEO of Vibes and getting people bananas? Like, what are we doing?
What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking?
You don't know about Coach Pomage, EWC 2016? All right. Maybe I'll put a clip here. But anyways,
yes,
Coach
man.
Pomage is legendary. I'll have to teach a story about that.
Oh, Lord.
But anyways, LA Thieves, super team number 2 on the year. And the third one, I'm sure you guys can guess. So I'll let you take on the Miami Heretics.
Yay.
Why is Nico still up here?
Hola, ¿cómo estás? So we have Lucky, Metals, Real, Rancor, and ignore this. Vehicle is gone from the league because he wanted to pursue college, which is fine. Okay. I don't know how I feel about these guys.
He's at Vanderbilt, so hats off to Vehicle. Vanderbilt's like ranked around the same as the school I went to, Emory. So
no idea.
Yeah,
I have no idea what a Vanderbilt is. I'm not gonna lie.
it's a top 20 college. It's one of the most prestigious colleges in the U.S. So smart guy. He's at a research university like I was. I know how rigorous it is. I damn sure was not competing in COD while I was at a top 20 school. So hats off to him for doing that and chasing his dream. Yeah, so Real, Metals, Lucky, and Rancor is really the Heretics roster. These guys, I mean, they're very, very good players. Real was really good last year. Rancor is like supposed to be like the Hydra of LATAM. This guy's supposed to be nasty. People have been like, why is he not picked up? Same with Super. So yeah, this team, I feel like this team could be really nasty. All 4 of these guys like have potential to just be gross. Real was insane last year. He's a big time superstar in the making. And if Rancor is as nasty as people think he is, this team could really, really turn some heads like they did in the first stage. Of course, before we had the Christmas break in MW3. So yeah, I like this team a lot actually. Surprisingly more than I thought I would.
I'll give these amigos some credit here because I'm Hispanic.
I'm gonna give them a B+ for this roster. This is a very strong roster in comparison to last year.
I could see him making some upsets for sure, for sure.
Definitely,
I love,
definitely.
I
This
love,
is a momentum team.
I love that. I love that. So yeah, Vico, good luck in college wherever he's at. I don't know where he's at. Top 20
He's
school.
at Vanderbilt, like I said.
Okay,
Why
okay,
is the picture of dude? Click on the rocker thing for a surprise.
okay. Interesting. Okay, S3. What the heck?
Question mark, dot, dot, dot. So
Uh,
yeah, this is an interesting one. Yeah, so Rocker, of course, merged with G2 last year famously. That's why it's red.
which is
That's why the Rocker has the red outline on the eye and that
which is
red patch.
which looks so goddamn dumb. Holy hell.
I kind of like it on the jersey though. It does look nice having the little red accents. Paul's already being memed for his player photo, so shout out to Paul. Yeah, so we got Geo, who came from the Vegas Legion. I cry every time I think about it. Nero, who also came from the Legion. I miss you boys on my squad. Gonna miss Vegas. Paul X, of course, he was last on the New York Subliners and I think maybe briefly on Breach or something. I don't know. I feel like he got like a 10-day type, and he was in the league for a little bit, temporarily, but definitely last time he was serious on the pro team was MISL with Krim, Paco, and of course Kiz.
God.
And then of course we have Astrio, who came from the LA Gorillas. So this is a really good team. Nero is a really, really, really good SMG. I feel like he was one of the best and probably the most underrated SMG last year. And playing alongside Astrio, that's a really good sub duo, very underrated. This is definitely a sleeper team, and I feel like there's no weak link here. Geo, superstar. Paul X, very solid AR, another superstar. I really like this team. I really like this team. This might be my backup team, just because we got two Vegas boys, and that's a majority.
I respect
So,
that. So, either
yeah.
Estriel or Real, whatever you want to, however, whatever he wants to be pronounced on the rocker.
Real.
It does looks like a sleeper squad.
Estriel. That's how you say it.
Looks like a sleeper squad, like Chris said. And Paul X, yeah, he does. He could add some fire to his team. I mean, take it from me. I've seen him play on NYSL. He's good. He's not bad. And neither are these. Neither is Geo or Nero, which Chris said they could be a sleeper squad. With this team together, I could see him making another upset, just like Miami Heretics.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is upset city right here.
Yeah. Oh no.
Now on to the super team, our defending world champions. Optic Texas. Look at these player photos. They look crispy. I can't lie. Look at them.
Hold on, Legends. Hold on.
These some crispy players.
Hold on.
Except for Karma's. His is dusty. What the hell, Karma? Why you still got the Seattle Surge? Come on, dude. This is like literally like 5 years and like 3 years ago.
Enough with the finger. That's too much editing. Yeah, so unfortunately we got our reigning world champions, Dashi, Kenny, Pred, Shotzi, and with Coach Karma. I don't know why I still have the Surge sweater on.
Crazy.
I think Chris will. I think I'm gonna let Chris take the floor with this one because I don't have much to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got Optic, our third super team, rounding out the big three. They're trying to prove that there ain't no big three. It's just big them. That's their goal this year. Go back to back, win champs again if they can. They're not trying to win EWC like we did. They don't want the consolation runner-up prize. They're coming for the top once again. Now that they've broken the seal, Kenny got his second ring, Fred got his first, and Shotzi got his second. These guys are looking dangerous, I can't lie. I mean, they were shooting last year. They were consistently a top team. And you know, they are always a threat with these four running around the map. So there's Optic Texas in a nutshell. I built them up as much as I can. Built the green wall brick by brick here, selling like a snake oil salesman. No Celium. And yeah, I mean, that's Optic for you. They're a very strong team. They're one of my favorites to definitely win at least one event this year. If they don't win an event this year, I'd be pretty surprised, if I'm being honest. Even though I'm not an Optic fan, they're just that good. So, yeah. I expect Optic to be a really good team, top 3 team all year, if not the top team at some point and multiple points in the year. And they have a very good chance of winning champs as this phase and LA Cubes and C9 and a couple other teams.
All
So yeah,
right, all right.
that's
So
optic.
you know what? I do have
I'll
something
let
to
you
say.
take.
First
I'll let you
off,
take
okay.
the
First
floor.
off, this team's falling off. All jokes aside, I'm kidding. Uh, no, they're gonna be consistent all year, as Chris said. I'm not gonna say too much because the legends know, you know. And according to and back on the ring with Shotzi, according to community standards, that is Shotzi's first ring on land. Because remember, everybody likes to
Yeah.
I don't really have an appropriate word, but they like to like milk the whole online and land talks. So keep that one in mind. But that's enough for me. Anyways, let's move on to the other Canadian team, the Vancouver Surge. Oh,
Yes.
okay, nobody's on here. We don't know what they'll be like. Top 12?
Okay. Well, we know the team, right? We know it's Hixie, Nasty, 04, and Abuza. I'll
Oh.
put the team on screen so you guys can see. Seattle's announced it on Twitter, so a little bit confused as to why it hasn't been announced on the league website. Maybe they don't have the player photos and stuff yet on their end. That's the only thing I can think of with them and the couple other teams that we saw. I think LAG being one. And Falcons, in all actuality, they probably don't have their player photos up yet either. Yeah, so Seattle, I feel like they're a solid team. Fundamentally, that team is built very sound. Um, my only thing is Hixie and Nasty. I feel like they could just get tucked, and they're not like super slayers like that. And 04, he just hasn't been playing that long. I'm not sure with this team. I feel like they could be good, but it just feels like their potential to get tucked is very high. So, yeah. What are your thoughts on Vancouver? I almost said Seattle.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see it now. Yeah, man. I don't know how I feel about this team at all. I really don't. I don't have anything to say on them. I mean, they're not bad, but they're just gonna be middle of the pack squad, just like the last few teams we mentioned. Not counting Optic or Thieves, Fate. No, I don't have anything to
Yeah.
say, and they'll probably get tucked by the Ultra Squad, which we will be transitioning into next. Let's see the Ultra Squad. We have Beans, Kleenex, Insight, Joe Deceives, and Joe. There's two Joes on the team. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, Joe Cod.
Joe
If
Cod.
if you remember, Joe Cod is the other redheaded demon. For the OGs out there, this is before your time, brother. Joe used to play with Rated on the Red Reserve team. He was one of the best SMGs, actually. Joe was really good. It was Joe and this other guy, Dylan Cod, who were like two of like the EU standouts. But the reason why Joe really was like a fan favorite was because he had red hair. So people made scump comparisons, of course. But Joe was really good. I liked Joe a lot. I liked watching him a lot on the EU teams. He was on, I think, like Orbit and stuff. So OGs know who Joe is. And yeah, he's the coach of Ultra now. So that's really cool. So they got a lot of EU pride here. You got Beans, obviously, who's from the EU. Kleenex, who's a Dane. Insight, who I think is from England, pretty sure. And then Joe. Then you have Joe Deceives. So yeah, I like this team. I like this team. This is very serviceable in terms of like letting Envoy and Scrap go. I feel like you got to upgrade over Envoy and Joe Deceives. No disrespect to Envoy, is just having a bad year. And Beans, I feel, is really good. So I don't think it's an upgrade over Scrap, but it's not that big of a step down to me. So that's how I feel about Ultra.
Yeah. Listen, I gotta see what this Joe guy looks like because I mean he can't be having the
Look him
CDL
up.
operator. I'll
Look
do
him
it.
up.
I'll do it after this. But
He
yeah.
looks like Scump, almost.
Okay.
If Scump looked like Ed Sheeran more and not like Scump. But yeah.
All right.
So he doesn't look like Scump. He looks like himself.
All
But
right.
yeah.
Moving on with
Okay.
Chris's favorite team, the Vegas Falcons.
Don't rub it in. Why the
Aw.
why
What the
do we have
heck?
so many people on this team, dude? All right, so we have Clayster. We have KHHX. Enid. I know his name is Enid. I know Rojas. because of BWC. And King of Bodhi, this is just some letters and numbers. King, and then we have Doom X and WXSL.
I'm sorry.
So
Okay.
we got hella people. I'm
Okay.
guessing most of these people. Hold on, I'm gonna just
I'm
finish this
I'm gonna
thought.
turn this
I'm
off.
guessing most of these people are coaches. These other 4 are probably assistant coaches, but maybe this is a challengers team, and this is just the academy team that shows up as substitutes, similar to an Ultra had 10 men in Modern Warfare. Sorry, go ahead.
Yo, Chris, can I speak my French here? You might have to censor my French just once.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
What the is this? Top 12? Am I reading this theory?
A
What?
picture that arises many questions and answers none.
Why?
That's
Why?
the
This look. What the hell are these operators? It looks like they're crying. What? They look like the optic fans of my mentions. What the hell is this?
Well, let's not be too negative. The Falcons, they are set up well. They have player photos.
They
I respect the fact that they're doing better than their neighbors, the Vancouver Surge, who announced their team 2 effing months ago and don't even have player photos. So shout out to the Falcons. I'm not gonna rag on them. They actually have player photos.
no.
And they look ready for the season.
I know they have player photos, but they have like 4 photos of like the CDL operators, which is literally laughable. I'm like, whoa, what? I don't jumped out of my chair.
Well, I think it's just because I think these are like challengers players or something. But if they don't have profile photos and they're on the website, my guess is that they're people who have to be listed, who they probably just don't have player photos for because they don't come into the building.
All right, so
But yeah, that's the teams.
So I'm gonna say this: the Vegas Falcons get top 16 for sure this year. They get.
I don't know. They're a really good S&D team. They could learn respawn pretty quickly. These guys were playing challengers last year, and they were apparently hanging in there. Like they weren't, top 64 in every cup. Like they were getting. I don't know how many podium finishes they got, if any, but they were definitely placing in the top 16 or so in EU. So they were doing their thing.
All right, yeah, I mean they are, but most of the community does not seem to think so because they were saying, oh, players like King of Body or KHHX are like these players that have like player photos here are taking up the spots, which absolutely makes no sense to me because I read a comment that said, oh, people want representation in the league, but when they get it, they get upset. So I'm like, oh, guys, a good point.
Well,
they're getting upset.
They bought the spot and they filled the spot, so I don't want to get controversial and talk about something that, is just going to divide people.
No. Let's not do that.
Let's move on to doing our tier list and stuff.
Those are all our teams.
Yeah, and that's all the rosters. So yeah, we're gonna move on to the tier list. I guess going in the order that these teams are placed on the tier list, obviously FaZe has to go in S.
Yep.
Right. That of course being these guys. Where are you gonna put Carolina?
I'm gonna put them at a good old C. You know what? I gotta shrink my face cam for this one. Apologies.
I'll put Carolina at B myself.
There we go. Yeah, I gotta shrink this. There we go. Apologies for that. Boston
Looking
Breed.
at these 4, I feel like they're B.
Yes.
Boston, I'm going to put these guys in C just because I don't feel like their come up from the Esports World Cup is going to be that significant. I feel like they're still going to be struggling a lot of the same ways that they were before the season, but who knows? Anything could happen.
Yeah.
So LA Thieves,
I'll put them at
obviously.
I'll put them at A because of what you said about
here.
That's valid. I'll put him at A because of what you said about Envoy. He's very super. He's always up and down, up and down, up and down. Can't explain it well. Like they're good on one day, but they're not good on the other. So I'll leave him.
Envoy's pacing issues are his main problem. He gets countered very easily because when his pacing is on, it's on. When it's off, it's off. The other thing I was going to say was, during the kickoff tournaments and things, the LA Thieves are winning everything so far. And it looks like the Hydra X Scrap bailout is just too strong. Like, Dan plays really well, really consistently, but even when he was playing bad, they were still winning a lot because Hydra X Scrap is just too strong of a bailout against everybody. So that's why I have them in S tier, just because no matter how good or bad Envoy does, I thought it would bring them down significantly or make a difference. Early on, what I'm learning is it's not. It's like LeBron and Steph Curry being on the same team. It's just you can get out of anything.
Okay, you know what?
So
I'll put him at
yeah,
S. You know what? I'll put him at S then. You are right. I'll put him at S. I can't leave Hydra down in the A slumps.
yeah. So yeah, those guys are very serious contenders to win it all. Miami, I'm going to make them my first A tier team. I hope they don't embarrass me, but I'm very high on them.
Yeah, you do not deserve that after what I said about Daniel Jones. He made me look like an idiot. But yeah, Heretic that B again. They are a surprising team, a surprise team. You know, I feel like they could make an upset on any given major, and that's
I
really it.
believe in Heretics. I believe in them.
That's one of the few teams I believe in. Moving on to C9, they're my first A tier team. I can't really put them at S because of what's I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about Sib and that whole squad. But
I'm gonna put them in A tier also.
I watched them at the K-Son 50K tournament, and it doesn't really mean much. I get that, but they don't look bad. They look really good.
They look really good.
Yeah,
Mac with Russ, you have to remember that tournament was his first LAN in almost 3 years.
Wow.
That was his first LAN since MW2.
Big shocker. Big shocker. All right.
The last LAN he played, Pred was wearing a blue jersey. So
Wow. Okay. Rocker. I'm not sure where I put them.
I'm gonna put them in B tier. I feel like their matches with Carolina are gonna be very competitive.
Okay. I'll put them in B tier, but they'll be behind Miami. They'll be behind Miami.
I'm gonna put them ahead of Carolina. I feel like they're a little bit stronger and younger. Certainly a lot younger. I'm gonna put Optic Texas in my second spot in S tier. I have FaZe number 1, Optic number 2, and Thieves number 3 until Thieves prove themselves against two teams that stuck after winning 2 events. We don't know shit about LA Thieves, pardon my French. Until they beat the man, they are not the man, as Ric Flair famously used to say. So, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And, you know, Optic and FaZe haven't been beaten yet, so.
Well, I guess I'll put them second. S. As why would I put them in first for one? No, but seriously, as you said, until you beat the man, you are the man. However you said it.
Yeah, the saying is to be the man, you gotta beat the man. It's
All right.
pretty
We have
common turn of phrase.
we have Gentlemate. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna put Gentlemates in A above Heretics. I feel like they'll be an A tier team.
yeah, they're going in B tier behind Heretics, but in front of Rocker. So that's my B tier squad. Vancouver Surge.
Oh, by the way, this is the Rocker team.
I hate that they don't have him listed. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna. Oh god damn. I'll put him I'll put him in the middle of C.
It's a C9 in case you missed it.
Yeah.
Surge does not have any player pictures, so I'm not going to show it here, but it's Nasty, Abuza, 04, and Hixie, along with Rambo Ray as the coach. So I'm going to put them in B tier. Nah, I'm going to put them in C tier. I feel like they're going to be fighting for their cheeks.
Okay, pause for 1. 2, the Ultras going in A behind C9, and the Vegas Falcons are gonna be my D tier team. So that's my tier list right there for the league this
All right,
year.
so I'm going to say Ultra ahead of C9 actually, because on paper the Ultra team is a little bit stronger. It just comes down to like consistency of form. And then Falcons, yeah, I'll put them in the D tier. They seem like the free dub for almost all really well organized teams. Unless your team is extremely dysfunctional, you should be beating these guys just because they don't have like reps playing against North American pros. They've only played against EU challengers.
Yeah,
So
this is just a
basically, it should be a free dub and everything but cert.
this is just an NA league, which is not really great. But yeah,
Pretty much. The
this
lines for Falcons hardpoint will not be pretty. So,
yeah. So that's my tier list right there. You can see Chris's POV on his channel, but yeah.
yep, here's my completed one. We're going to download it.
Looks really stacked.
And yeah, and then we'll get into the schedule. So kicking things off, we of course have the LA Gorillas, or the LA Gentlemates, taking on the Rocker and our season opener. So let's look at the teams and their rosters. So we have Rocker, Paulex, Nero, Geo, and Estriel taking on the team of course, Skies, Kismet, Priesta, and Linz. And that's Gentlemates versus Rocker. Personally, in this one, I see Gentlemates taking the dub. I know Dimsey's going to like that. That's the old C9 team.
Oh my God!
I'm sorry, the old
Stop.
MYSL team that won champs,
Bro,
minus Hydra.
I hate that you're.
So I'm backing his boys.
I hate that you're saying that, but goddamn. Yeah.
I'm gonna say 3-2. I'm gonna say 3-2. Season opener can't kick off with a sweep, even though it probably will kick off with a dominant win from those LA Gorillas boys.
Yeah. Speaking of a sweep, as much as I don't want to give this team credit, Optic's gonna do a little bit of a DoorDash 3-0 Boston Breach. That's what I'm gonna
Yeah, I think Optic get a 3-1. First match of the season, and I feel like there's going to be some nerves, some jitters. Actually, I'll say 3-0. I'll follow you up. World champs try and make a statement against a team that, well, no, Boston's a good team. 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. Let me not get comfortable and get caught. So I'm gonna say 3-1 Gorillas, 3-1 Breach, or 3-1 Optic. I'm sorry, and then I'm going to say
I got 3-1 Gorillas
3-1
too.
Ravens.
All right, 3-1 Gorillas, 3-0 Optic, and I guess I'll say 3-1 Ravens.
Yeah, that's fair.
We're following each other's footsteps. So, that's the first weekend. Let's go down here.
And then last match of the day, my boys FaZe taking on the New Look Ultra.
3-1.
New Look, different year. I feel like FaZe, with the embarrassing losses to LA Thieves in some of the preseason tournaments, I feel like they're gonna come out hot. They've had some struggles in a lot of the opening matches in years prior. Of course, losing to Breach 1 year. All types of shambolic stuff. So I feel like with that in mind, they'll come out this year and make a hot statement. The last time we saw them, they were hoisting the EWC trophy. And I feel like momentum-wise and just in terms of like what we saw last and what we see, well, in 2 days, time of recording, they'll want to have that sync and get a big dub. So I think 3-1 FaZe is how we close out Friday. Saturday, kicking it off, interestingly.
All right, sorry about that. I've been blanked out. Miami Heretics do in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 3-1 Miami. If you guys don't remember, this is the Heretics roster, and this is the Falcons roster.
Yeah.
So that'll be an interesting one. I feel like it'll be 3-1 Miami, like you said. I feel like Miami's just better in the respawns, and Falcons probably take an S&D if nothing else. Maybe they take a respawn, but I feel like Miami will probably be better in the respawn, just given those players. Next matchup, we have the Rocker taking on the Boston Breach. I feel like Rocker walk away with their first dub here, but this is definitely going to be a very, very, very scrappy game. Yeah, looking at these two rosters, I mean, we got some young guns across the board. Estriel, Paulex is probably the most experienced person in this lineup. No, Cammy. Cammy's the most experienced person in this lineup, followed by Awakening, which is crazy. We've officially entered a new era of Call of Duty. So I think Rocker take this one 3-2. I think Breach's struggles continue. I think that team is solid. but I just don't think they got it yet. That remains to be seen. Maybe they do. That may surprise me. But yeah, that's
Rocker
my thoughts.
3-1.
I'm gonna say 3-2,
Okay,
just because
valid.
I feel like that's a trap series.
Ooh.
I'll let you take the next one. That one's interesting. We
Ooh.
got a Hexy revenge game.
Well, in the Battle of Canada, the first one, man, I haven't heard of that in a long
Oh,
time.
true.
Yeah, dude, the Overwatch League, the amount of times they advertised that, oof, perfect. But now we have it in COD, about time. I'm gonna say Ultra 3-1. They win this one. They're gonna own the Canadian territory.
Yeah, I feel like that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Ultra takes the Battle of Canada in this
Yeah,
match.
I'm gonna say. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That's how I feel. But that's really it. Anyway, next one, last match of the day. It looks like.
Yeah. So. Oh, I was gonna say with Ultra and Surge, just say a piece on that. I'm gonna say 3-1 also, and I feel like these two teams are going to match up pretty well, throughout the season, just because it's a revenge game for Hixie, and also Nasty's just really good, and I feel like his playstyle against that Ultra team has always been kind of underrated. So yeah, I think it's gonna be an interesting one. Yeah, I'll let you go ahead. That's a big one for you.
Yay, fun. C9 starts their first match on opening weekend. Cloud9 3-2. Don't care. that's my first time. First
Um,
Cloud9 3-2. Definitely not biased.
I mean, it's early season. These things do happen. Looking at the two teams, I'm going to say LA Thieves 3-1. I think they want to make a statement against a really, really solid team, like C9 New York, and I think they will with a 3-1. Sorry.
That's fine. I don't really care. You want to take the next one, Chris?
Yeah, so we have LAG, Skies and Co. versus the Royal Ravens, or Vivid and Co. Sorry about that pop-up. So of course, we got the Royal Ravens. This is a serious trap game. I'm gonna say Skies in them. I feel like it's hard to count Baby Formal out. I'm gonna say 3-2 in their favor.
LAG 3-1.
Fair.
LAG 3-1. They have the chemistry. They are
Next
nice.
is Miami versus Vancouver.
Fun. I would say I think I'm saying Miami wins in this matchup. As I said before, I think they're gonna surprise. They're gonna make a surprise this year in the league when it comes to like team play, the slaying, and that's really it from me.
Abuza 04 Nasty Hixie versus Ranker. I'm gonna go with Seattle here. I'm gonna say 3-2. I don't know why. I just have a feeling that matchup is going to favor them slightly, and I think they get a 3-2 against a solid Miami team. Yeah. I'll let you take the next one because that'll be interesting.
Why me? God, why?
Look at the last match of the weekend.
Why do you gotta do this to me, bro?
Look at the last match of the weekend. How do you think I feel?
Cloud9 3-1. 3-2. I'm sorry. 3-2. I can't.
I respect it. My man's backing his team all the way.
Yeah.
I have nothing but respect for that, especially I'm a Jets fan. I always back my team, even when I know they're going to lose. You just got to support your team as a man. It's just what we do. Even when you lose, win, lose, or draw, you got to be with your guys. So I'm going to differ from you because I'm not a fan of C9. I'm going to say 3-2 in favor of Optic Texas. I think C9's a really good team. I feel like they have a chance to get really close to taking the series, if not taking it. But I think Optic will want to really close this one out. They'll have this one circled on their calendar as probably their biggest match of the week, and I think they handle business. So, last match of the week, we have the grudge match, me versus my in-game duo, Xenon. Shout out to Xenon if he's watching, if he got this far in the video. One of my best friends in life, great kid. He's an LA Thieves fan, and he's legitimately the only person who I knew who was an LA Thieves fan during the days when Draza and Kenny were playing together as the AR duo and figuring it out with all the roster changes, assassination, embarrassments, etc., etc. So he deserves this. Happy to see us facing off again with our two teams being the probable 1 and 2 in the league. So this will be a fun one. I'm thinking FaZe gets it done 3-1. Starts off hot after the embarrassing Kason showdown. And yeah, I think that's how it goes down.
Yeah, FaZe 3-1. FaZe
I
3-1
mean,
for
what
sure.
we've seen from a lot of these early tournaments is FaZe, like, can definitely beat this team. They just throw away leads, and LA Thieves have incredible composure. So you can't throw anything away versus them. So yeah, that'll wrap up the weekend. That wraps up the rosters and our tier list. So yeah, do you have any other thoughts
No, I do not.
about the matches or the teams or anything?
No, I do not. I just hope there's a good year. No BS happens. And yeah,
I do too.
let's just hope the best for the league, because it's going in the right direction.
It does. It does seem like that. So hopefully we get more events, more funding with the minors and stuff. And we do
Yeah.
some innovative things. The online minors will be interesting. But yeah, so I have a video coming out about the GA situation. I'll be talking about that in depth, what I think, where we need to go, and what the remedy is from both sides. And I'll also be bringing you guys some content on ranked rotations as well as me playing. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, there's more content to come, so just be sure to stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to be trying a lot of different things. And yeah, that'll just about wrap it up for me. I'll let you sign off. Don't forget to use code Dimsii for 10% off drink poggers.
Oh, I appreciate
And
that.
yeah,
Thank you.
of course, gotta make the plug for my man. Hope you guys have a great morning, noon, or night, wherever you may be. It's a beautiful plan. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Once again, this is Chris from Fake Sports News, Access Rotation, and I'm signing off. Let them take us out of here.
Yeah, thank
Peace.
you. Thank you, Legend, for watching the video all the way through, despite my bias things that I wanted to say. This is getting close to midnight, so Dempsey signing off. Bye.